Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. I hope y'all ready. Time to get it in, y'all. Let me get this camera straight. Hope everybody's good. I see you in the building, Mark. What's good, Rebecca? Y'all ready? I am. Okay. Trump. I am loving what I'm seeing with gas prices. Everybody was kung fu fighting. All right, y'all. Y'all ready? Let's see what this guy got for us. We got time to fix the chat and everything. Yeah, we already see. Yeah, let's get the chat fixed. Let's get the chat fixed. We're gonna play around with them today because we in control. We in control. We ain't playing no more. We're gonna tell them what to do, right? Tell them, y'all. Let's go. We said bling, bling, bling. Bling, bling, bling. Man, I know it's 6 o'clock. What? And you know that you remind me of a love that I once knew. Yes, it's true. Oh, you know that you remind me. You know why I'm amped up, y'all. Y'all know why I'm amped up. If pump that beat. Friday the 27th. That's right, y'all. 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line where we be talking about this and that, and that, and this, and this, and that, and that, where we be talking about this and that, and that, and this, and this, and that. Just got me pissed. Yes, yes, yes. January 27th. That's right, y'all. 2025. Tonight's the night. That's right. For the Show Your Talent show up, signing, and tasting at 22 West Circle Drive, Friday, the 27th. Today, this is where I'm going to be at. I don't know if y'all pulling up, but y'all definitely need to pull up because I got a whole lot for you in the clip. I got a whole lot for you tonight at the Show Your Talent show and sign up. I hope you guys are having a fantastic morning because y'all know what it is. Y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you, especially on this Friday, the 27th, 2025, y'all. I'm feeling so turned up. I got to see who's in the building. I already know that Mark Dorfman was in the building. I saw Mark here already. I see Batty Lynn up in here. Let's get it from the top. We got Mark Dorfman. You already know what it is. Jeffrey Spiker, good morning from Missouri. Motherfunkin' Bone. Everybody, happy Friday from Miami, Florida. Batty Lynn, good morning from Detroit. Rebecca, you already know where she's from. Grand Rapids, Michigan. Who else we got up in here? We got John. Good morning, my brothers and sisters in Christ Jesus. Yes, thank you so much, John. Comet Alexander says, top of the morning. Motherfucking Bone, let's get it. Batty Lynn, happy Friday, y'all. Kendra Walker, that's right. Good Grand Rising. I'll say that. I love to say that as well. From VA, and she's always doing her thing. You already know she's ready to dance at any moment. Kendra's always ready to go. We got Mark Dorfman up in the building. Good morning to Rebecca and Batty. Motherfunkin', you already know how we get down. I would pull up if it was in Florida. Well, guess what? It's gonna be in Florida, and I'm gonna see you in Florida. Batty Lynn, good morning. I see everybody up in here. We got Guy up in the building. I'm trying to get as many people up in here to make sure that we already know that everybody's here, because guess what? We got a fully loaded clip. I got a lot to get into. I don't even want to play around. I like to get my work done. This way, I can sit back and enjoy the rest of the day. You know what I like to do? Boom, 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 bang that nail and make sure I get that work done. And I don't play when it comes down to getting that work done, right? So what I'm going to do right now, y'all, I'm going to stack 5. I got 5 on it. Johnny burning in the weed. I got 5 on it. I got 5 on it. I'm gonna drop 5 videos and then I'm coming back to the comments. Please try to stay on topic. And like I always tell you guys, do yourself a favor and do me a favor too. Let's stay on topic after I read this thumbnail. Let's get into it. What we got right here. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Yes, what we got here, we got Trump. I am loving what I see with gas prices. This is what the president said when he was flying on Air Force One to a couple of reporters as they asked him a couple of questions. Guess what? We got the full clip. No need to ask me. We're going to get it from what we call it, y'all? The horse's mouth. We got to keep on moving right now because we got Zoron Mdani, who hates when you say his name wrong, who is the elect mayor of the Democratic Party, who talks about working with the Trump administration. Doesn't sound like too much working with me after you see the clip. All I see is a lot of pushback. We're going to see together, you guys. I got to keep on moving forward because last but not least, inside of this topic, what we have here is crazy. Is what Republicans are issuing a warning about when it comes down to Chuck Schumer spending. If he has anything to say or do with the bill, any bills that's passed, if he's the last one that says, I'm not the one that said it, they are. But guess what? We got to get into the first clip. And what that clip is going to be, we're going to knock it out the park with the first one that we have here. We got President Trump basically on Air Force One having what we call gaffle, back and forth with reporters talking about gas prices, as well as amongst a couple of other things. Let's go. Again, we like to get it from the horse's mouth. So let's get it, y'all. Let's go.
Life and safety. And I'm going to give you an exact definition when I get there. I just don't want to do it on the back of an airplane.
Okay, and one other question on energy. What's your take on the oil price situation right now, and are you concerned?
I love it. It dropped almost $10 yesterday. I put out a statement, get it down, because a lot of people aren't able to do things when the energy goes down. We're going to have a lot less conflict. So it came down, and our energy department's doing a great job. We're drilling like we've never drilled before. We're keeping it down. We're going to keep it down until all these wars are settled. Thank you very much, everybody. I'll see you.
Iranian sleeper cells in the United States.
Biden led a lot of super cells, and Biden was an incompetent president, had no idea what he was doing. He hardly ever signed a document. Other people signed documents for him with the auto pen. It was gross incompetence. And among everything else, he let a lot of super cells in, many from Iran. But hopefully we'll take care of them. What Biden did to this country should never be forgotten.
Sir, do you think you'll get the Nobel Peace Prize?
All right, see, I like right to the point and knock it out the park. Let's go, because now we got another situation that you guys probably didn't hear about because it just happened. This coming in from Chicago news, guys. Guess what the Supreme Court has done? The Supreme Court basically okays the Trump administration to deport migrants to third world countries. Remember they was giving major pushback on that? Guess what? Pushback is over. Let's go.
Significant win for the Trump administration as the Supreme Court rules that the president can continue deporting migrants to third world countries.
Alexandria Hoff has the latest on that.
The Supreme Court has cleared the way for deportations to third countries. Their decision grants President Trump's emergency request to send migrants to countries other than their nations of origin with minimal notice. The Department of Homeland Security is celebrating the decision, saying in part, the Supreme Court ruling is a victory for the safety and security of the American people. Fire up the deportation planes. The decision pauses a lower court ruling from a Boston judge back in May. He said the government's actions lacked due process and violated the Constitution, blocking a flight with 8 migrants convicted of serious crimes from Myanmar, Vietnam, and Cuba headed for South Sudan. The White House vowed to fight the decision.
President Trump promised to get vicious, illegal alien murderers, rapists, and pedophiles like these out of our country. These judicial activists want to unilaterally stop President Trump from deporting foreign terrorists and keeping the American people safe. We hope the Supreme Court will continue to rein this in as soon as possible to restore proper constitutional order in our country.
We gotta hear this. We have to hear this part. I'm sorry.
Sonia Sotomayor, joined by 2 other liberal justices, issued a dissent saying the court was, quote, rewarding lawlessness and that the government's misconduct threatens the bedrock of the rule of law. The High Court gave no explanation for the ruling. The Justice Department says the government is now considering next steps. At the White House, Alexandria Hoff, Fox News.
Okay. So now, what do you guys feel about that? We got two. We got gas, and we got the Supreme Court clearing where the Trump administration can now send people to third world countries. We're going to keep it going right now because we got to find out what the new, we might as well just go there because Eric Adams is not going to win. I'm predicting it now. He ain't going to win. We about to have a new mayor. His name is going to be Zoron Mdani. And we want to know what the pushback is going to be with the administration because he said that he was willing to work with the administration, the Trump administration, but not at the risk of my people. Sounds similar to some other sanctuary city mayors, doesn't it? Huh? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's keep on moving. Let's go. Let's get it.
Stunning upset in New York City's mayoral primary, sending shockwaves through the Democratic Party. Zoron Mdani was a little-known state lawmaker until recently. Now he's beaten nearly a dozen challengers, including former Governor Andrew Cuomo. Our senior political correspondent, Rachel Scott, joined us now, and you spoke with Mdani. Good morning.
I spoke to him just yesterday. Good morning to you all. He was a little-known state assemblyman until just a few weeks ago, but his victory in the Democratic primary for mayor did deliver shockwaves in a party that is struggling to define its message and a path forward. This morning, Zoron Mdani calling for a new generation of leaders after delivering a stunning upset in New York City's Democratic primary for mayor.
And I think that there is a need for a new generation of leadership.
The self-described Democratic socialist skyrocketed past former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. His campaign laser focused on making New York more affordable, a strategy he tells me could be a blueprint for Democrats.
I think there's a question of how we return back to what made so many of us proud to be Democrats.
How do you do that?
And I think it's that focus on an economic agenda, on ensuring that people can do more than just struggle.
He campaigns on freezing rents, making buses free, and opening city-run supermarkets, telling voters he will pay for his agenda by raising taxes on wealthy and corporations. But that would certainly face major challenges getting approval in the state legislature. And this morning, he's also facing questions about his own experience at just 33 years old with only 5 years in the state assembly.
And the experience that I show in this moment is to be able to meet the crisis that New Yorkers are facing and deliver them a new kind of city, one that is unencumbered by the old ways.
In November, he'll face New York City Mayor Eric Adams.
He's a snake oil salesman. He will say and do anything to get elected.
Adams was indicted on corruption charges, which were later dismissed by the Trump administration. During our interview, the president going on the attack.
So President Trump just weighed in and called you a communist lunatic. What do you say to that?
You know, this is not the first time that President Trump is going to comment on myself.
The next mayor of New York City will have to work with the Trump administration. Are you willing to do that? Will you do that?
I will work with the Trump administration when it is to the benefit of New Yorkers.
I got to get to these comments. I know I normally stack 5, but y'all getting too busy and I got to show too much respect. Bro, you better pray this Zohan doesn't win. Oh my God, says Young World. Mark Dorfman says gas went up in New York. Jessica says it didn't say third world countries. It said third countries. Thank you, Jessica. Dot Focus, hit that like button, and Hillsnit, that Lil's Night Bill's nothing. That's what Doc Focus said. Mark Dorfman, yo, what's up, Doc Focus? I be seeing you all around. You're getting busy up in this YouTube world. Where your channel at? Let me help you out with that if you ain't got one. What else going on with Mark Dorfman? We got Zon over here, wins. I'm leaving New York. He said, I'm leaving New York. And guess what? A lot of business owners and landlords are telling me the same thing that you're saying, Mark. If they said that businesses are going to be out of here and they're going to be trying to just do a free for all for everyone. But that's not what I'm saying. That's what people are saying, and I'm telling you guys what people are saying. Jeffrey Spiker says, "Get rid of that the blue hairs." LOL. Mother Funkin' Bone says they're trying to turn New York into California. Yes. Young Wolf says I blame the middle. To be honest, who else we got up in the building? We got Dylan up in here that says Adams. That sounds like the president also backed you. Natalie Georgievich said they need people out to vote for the candidate, but it seems unlikely. Mark says, what do you think about this guy? Woo! Mark, you try to get slick on this one. See, Mark, I was good. I was almost gone. I was almost out of the woods, about to play the next clip, but then Mark had to say, so what do you think about this one? Oh, man. If we get this one in, the working people like myself are gonna probably have a problem. The people that's trying to start businesses and grow in the state of New York, we're gonna have a major problem. And I know I've been threatening it for a long time, but I can do this from any state. I do this from any state and still be Bugatti. You feel me? So it might be time to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? They said, Jed, you need to move on out of here. California is the place they want to be. So they loaded up the truck, but I ain't going to Beverly. Ain't no way. I'm going somewhere, but I'm getting the HELL hockey sticks up out of here. I'm going to just tell you, honestly, you guys, my opinion on what's going on with the entire craft of New York is really sad. People are saying it's starting to mimic San Francisco if this happens. I'm going to tell you right now, because real common sense people like myself don't want this to happen, God damn it, it's going to happen. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you it's going to happen. We have no choice. We're going to deal with this guy, and I'm going to tell you why. Let's be honest about it. Let's be honest about it. Who's he going up against, right? He going up against Mayor Adams, all that corruption and them problems that he already was dealing with, right? And then he's going up against Mayor Adams, who's allowing Trump and the administration to take over Rikers Island again. It's a wrap. It's over. How about that? How about already look at this guy like he's about to be the mayor in a couple of months and figure out what we're doing? Real talk. Now go look at his policies and see what's going to happen out of what's going on. Of course, he's going to try to push his agenda through, but like they said, there's going to be a lot of pushback from the state. But the state have to do with a lot of thunterdunts too, like Kathy Joku Hoku. So yes, we have a major problem on our hands. I'm still going to be called Bugatti NYC, might be being called Bugatti NYC from another state. That's all. I can do this in Detroit or something like that or whatever. And I don't even care if it's another rough state or whatever like that. Just can't keep on doing it here because it's like so much uphill battles to try to deal with New York. Maybe y'all will tell me where I can go, and I'll start going from there. I'll just do it live from Hawaii somewhere. I don't know. We're going to keep on going forward because we got to get over to Dallas because this is a very serious story right here where we got these postal workers that are collapsing and they're losing their lives while they're at work. Investigations into these situations because this is the second time. Also want to see what you guys have to say about that. Dot Focus said facts. Jeffrey says, Natalie, we need a Batman then. Ooh, Jeffrey, yo, you've been watching the show too long. I used to do Batman on thumbnails. Dot Focus, this is ugly, bro. It's very ugly. I want to see, you guys are really into this, and that's why I don't mind going into it when you're talking about it. Instead of instead you just want to lay down. Corey, what you saying about me? Be a real American and stand up for your country. They keep on telling me to run for office, but I don't think another Eric is going to ever be able to make it inside of New York. And y'all better never call me that neither, whoever heard that. All right, y'all, we got to keep on going. Yes, Friday, June the 27th, 5 to 8 p.m. Thank you for the commercial, Mac or whatever the hell decided to do that. But yeah, I just want you guys to know this is where we're going to be tonight. We're going to be at 22 West Circle Drive, Green Acres Mall. And that's where we're going to be at, y'all. That's where we at tonight. All right, so let's go. I got to keep on moving forward. I really don't know what happened, but I'm going to keep on moving forward with this show because I got this situation. Oh, there's no way I can show y'all that right now. That's the last clip. Are you going crazy, boy? Sorry, you guys. Show got a little bit thrown off, but my real OGs is going to hang out with me because that's how we do over here. What we got over here? Okay, we got these Dallas postal workers. Come on, let's go. I appreciate y'all understanding sometimes. We have a little mix-up.
Job over the weekend. Hello and good evening. I'm Steve Eager. Authorities are still investigating whether or not heat played a role in the death of 51-year-old Jacob Taylor. Fox 4 Stephen Dow is in studio right now with more. Stephen?
The death of Jacob Taylor comes 2 years after Eugene Gates, who was also a letter carrier, died of heat exhaustion. In this case, we don't know if heat was a factor. The high Saturday was 94 degrees.
Unfortunately, I have to begin with a solemn note. On Saturday, June 21st, Jacob Taylor, a letter carrier in Dallas, Texas, died while doing his job.
That was the National Association of Letter Carriers president informing lawmakers about another postal worker who lost his life on the job. It was a congressional hearing Tuesday on safety protections for postal workers.
When tragedies happen, you don't expect them to repeat themselves.
Kamitra Lewis is the NALC Branch 132 president.
It's just becoming a lot to do the job.
2 years ago, her union experienced the death of another carrier, Eugene Gates, who died in extreme heat.
I became friends with his widow. And when I got the news on Saturday about JT, my heart went out to her.
In reference to Taylor's death, the post office sent a short statement saying the incident remains under investigation and they don't have any comment at this time. An autopsy was done this week, but it's too early to tell the cause of death.
And hoping that it was not heat related, because it would put another scare upon the letter carriers.
Following the death of Eugene Gates, USPS was fined by OSHA for failing to protect him from extreme heat. Lewis says that case is being appealed and is tied up in court. The union is urging USPS to allow them to work earlier, before the hottest part of the day.
They did comply in allowing them to come in early in some of those offices where we filed those grievances. But in some of them, even when we filed grievances and we prevailed in the grievances, they still went back and changed the times to later. So it's just a constant fight.
Lewis wants workers to know it's okay to take extra breaks. She says some feel pressured by time commitments.
If it takes you longer, it takes you longer. And give you that extra time, give you that grace. But sometimes it happens, but the majority of the time it does not.
I used to live in Dallas, Texas. I'm going to tell you guys, it's not a game. It's hot. It's HELL hockey sticks out there. So I feel for these people right here. Oh, I see what happened. That's what happened. Okay, I seen what happened already. Now I got the show back in order. Thank you so much. Sometimes you just got to sigh. Do me a favor, you guys. If y'all appreciate the content that we got going on so far, double tap that screen and get those likes up. Also, I do have a lot of remorse for the person. Let's go here. Come on now. The person who lost his life, both of them, in this extreme situation. We want to ask God to please accept them into heaven in your name. And let's try to hope that the family, as well as all of the friends, are having your strength in this time that we're going through. We ask this from you, Jesus, in your name. Amen. Thank you, Lord. Amen. It's terrible out there. This man is delivering the mail, and all we worried about is what time we gonna get our mail on time, and then they having heat exhaustion. And I know some mail carriers in Dallas myself, and like they're elderly people. I wouldn't say elderly, but they're like in their 60s or whatever like that. And you know, like the weather is very extreme out there. Then they're riding around in these hot boxes with no AC in it, trying to keep the door open just to get some air. So I understand what they go through, going into all the cul-de-sacs and everything like that. Like I said, I used to live in Arlington, so I know about Texas. We have a West Bank con artist. Okay, let's see if we got to get this fool up out of here. Let's see what's going on with this melanated voice. I don't know if you're talking about me, but boom, I can get you up out of here quick, fast, and in a hurry. I thought Trump was was always chickened out, says Young Wolf. Mark Dorfman says, let letter carriers deliver the mail at night when it's cooler. Okay, Nick says, praying don't do anything. Yes, it does. It definitely does something sometimes. And normally when you pray, sometimes you pray to yourself as well, to let yourself know what you need to do and to keep yourself at a certain place as well. So you can't tell me about praying, homeboy. Praying got me where I'm at. Okay, Young Wolf says, Bugatti, do you have the clip from last night of Pete Hegseth ripping the media? No, I actually don't have that. I'm probably going to be late on that because I got this other clip that I want to do that I stacked in my deck, which is Colorado, where we got this judge that's blocking deportations of this Boulder terror attack suspect. You know that dude that threw that incendiary device and hurt all them people? And now his family was basically locked up and they wasn't letting them out. They was trying to deport them, but guess what? Judge in Boulder says, no, it's not going down. We got to keep on moving with what we got in the deck. And definitely, thank you for putting me on to that. Probably going to be a little late with it, but we will get to it. Thank you.
I'm Christina Awayo in Dallas, and here are your top stories. A Biden-appointed judge has blocked the deportation of the family of Mohammed Sabri Solomon, even though their visas are also most likely expired, meaning they are in the country illegally. Colorado Judge Gordon Gallagher issued an order to stop the deportation of... Now, I got a big nerve to be talking about this, but y'all tell me that he don't look like Quagmire in the chin. Giggity, giggity, giggity. the wife and 5 children of Solomon, the illegal migrant from Egypt charged with the terror attack in Boulder, Colorado, against pro-Jewish advocates. The attack, labeled an act of terrorism by the FBI, targeted a pro-Israel rally, injuring 15 people and a dog. Solomon, who was in the U.S. illegally after overstaying a 2022 tourist visa, allegedly threw Molotov cocktails at demonstrators calling for the release of Israeli hostages in Gaza. His family, wife Heyman El-Gamal, and their 5 kids faced expedited removal proceedings, with the Trump administration pushing for their deportation quickly. In Gallagher's ruling, he said he needed to protect the family's constitutional rights in what he called a, quote, urgent situation. Gallagher's decision falls in line with a pattern of Biden-appointed judges issuing injunctions against Trump's policies. Senator Sheldon Whitehouse recently noted that over 40 such injunctions since Trump's second term has started have been issued. ICE arrested all of them on Wednesday and put them in federal custody, where they were being processed for the expedited removal. That's what you need to know. In Dallas, Christina.
Now, if they would have had that little meme that come in and say, giggity, 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 y'all would have been on the floor. Don't even. I done stacked the deck enough where I could come talk to y'all. Okay, it's literally been like 3 days. The broker's hundreds of feet below ground. How would the F would you anyone know that? What else you got? Okay, what y'all got for me over here? Mr. Good Citizen says, Buffy, your side would have been much, much worse. Okay, they having a conversation over there. We got Daniel over here that says, vote against socialism. Okay, Young Wolf says stop watching so much CNN. Natalie says his jaw looked like Minecraft character. I'm sorry. Just means more gas just jumped up, but still $2.59. That's better than it was. I fully believe Trump will have gas around what I pay at 16, which is $1.13. Okay. Natalie Georgievich says jaw. Yeah, he looked like giggity, giggity. Oh my God. We got to keep on moving. I told you I got a lot, but if you appreciate the content, fact that I'm over here orchestrating this, making sure that you guys get your voices out, ain't asking for no super chats or nothing like that. Matter of fact, check this out. Let me see if it's up on the board. Is it up on the board right here? I'm going to get to this in a minute because I want you guys to see what we have going on. But I got to keep on moving right now because we got to go to the White House. Did y'all know that I'm late on it. Did you know that Trump, boom, dropped the F-bomb when he was angry about the war that was continuously going on? So basically, he was about to walk on to his helicopter. He got stopped by a couple of reporters, and they were asking him questions about how he felt about, the war still going on after they supposedly negotiated. He was pretty peed off, and he blew up the internet the other day, went viral because of this.
Having quite a mood swing. Last night, he was ecstatic, posting that a ceasefire had been reached between Israel and Iran, and there was finally peace. But after missiles started flying again, he became enraged. Today, while speaking with reporters, he got so worked up, he dropped a bomb of his own.
President Trump dropped the F-bomb on live TV in a furious rant at Iran and Israel for breaching the fragile ceasefire.
Yeah, we basically have 2 countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
The in-your-face outburst came as the president was leaving for the NATO summit in the Netherlands. Cable news show hosts were stunned.
This is one of the most visibly angry times I have seen him.
We got the full Trump experience just there, but
Social media lit up. Forget bunker busters. Trump dropped the biggest bomb of all. Woke me up more than my coffee.
These guys got to calm down. Ridiculous.
The president was also frustrated over media reports that Iran may have hidden its stockpile of high-grade uranium before the U.S. raid.
CNN in particular, they're trying to say, well, I agree that it was destroyed, but maybe not that destroyed. You know what they're doing? They're really hurting great pilots that put their lives in the line. CNN is scum, and so is MSDNC.
Then he turned his ire on Israel.
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel.
Minutes later, Trump posted, all planes will turn around and head home while doing a friendly plane wave to Iran. Nobody will be hurt. On Air Force One, the president claimed Iran is no longer interested in building nuclear weapons.
I think it's the last thing on their mind right now.
Minutes before the president was scheduled to arrive at the NATO summit, this happened. the red carpet flipped upside down. Officials scrambled to put it back in place.
Okay, they make a big deal out of anything nowadays. Oh, the red carpet flipped upside down. Y'all have no idea what production has going on. Y'all ain't got no idea what goes on with my little production sometimes. Check this situation out that we got going on where these Republicans are kind of nervous about the possibility of Schumer. Yeah, Chuck Schumer having something to do with the bill. Check this out, you guys. We're going to go over to this drop after the NATO summit.
Says they are on track for a vote this Friday.
That's today.
House Majority Leader Steve Scalise joins me.
Today.
Is that a realistic timetable? Friday of this week?
Today.
Good morning, Stuart. Yes, it is a realistic timetable. We had a very aggressive timetable in the House. There were many times where people tried to push that and just give us another couple of days, give us another week. And we kept our foot on the gas and said, we've got to get this done for the American families who are struggling, who want relief, who want to have those tax rates locked in and want higher wages, and who want to see inflation and interest rates come down. And so they've got to work out their differences just like we did in the House. I think they'll get that done by the end of this week.
Earlier on the show, Senator Rand Paul explained what it would take for him to get on board with the big, beautiful bill. Listen to this.
All they have to do is separate out the debt ceiling into a different vote. I'm not for raising the debt ceiling $5 trillion. I think that's a mistake to have such a large expansion of the credit line to a Congress that has shown disregard for fiscal responsibility. Congress is not trustworthy, and they shouldn't get a long credit line. They should get a very short credit line and a very short leash. If they take that off the bill, I can support the bill.
I don't mind that.
Congressman, I have to say, I look at President Trump, triumphant at the NATO conference.
Right? Made sense, right?
He's got the ceasefire in the Mideast. He's riding around the world. He's running the world. I can't believe that he'll come back to America and see his big, beautiful bill defeated in Congress. I can't see it. Can you?
I don't think that will happen either. It will pass. We've said from the beginning, Stuart, failure is not an option. It almost died many times because you had a lot of different opinions on this bill. But as President Trump said, eventually you got to lock everybody in a room. We did. We actually had a lot of those meetings where we got a lot of different members in a room who think differently and yelled and screamed and talked about what they wanted in or out of the bill. And then they realized we either all do this together or it doesn't happen. And, you know,
I hear y'all over there. I want to read what you guys are basically saying. In a couple of seconds, they get to what I said about Schumer, but you guys are killing it in the comments, so I got to go there. Especially James Barrow that says U.S. strikes had failed. I want to read it. I want to read that. I got to go back up because y'all killing these comments real quick. Damn, I can't get to that. What's going on here? Damn, I want to read. All right, here we go. We got James Barry that says U.S. strikes had failed, destroys Iran nuclear sites. Intelligence reports says by Graham Slattery, Alexander Cornwell, and Parissa that says that the U.S. strikes have basically failed. Okay, I'll let you get your message out. Kendra, okay, BS. Okay, what else we got? We got Sheila that says big BS bill. Okay. What else we got? We got Mila Miller. Schumer was on Epstein Island for months at a time. What we got? We got Wolverine that says give the people buying power back. I agree with that. Natalie says I agree with them. We're gonna keep on moving forward. I told y'all we got a lot in this clip. We got more to go. Do your boy a favor. I've only been pooling since 3, making sure that all the content is up to date. And now 6 o'clock in the morning, we come on here and we do this. I'm only one clip behind the one that he talking about with that Pete Hegseth thing, and I'm surprised it got by me. Want to see what that's about. Interesting topic. But we got to go to Philadelphia again because we got this new crime unit that takes down a group. I want you guys to see this. They're allegedly responsible for $2 million in retail theft. You know how they basically go inside of stores, do smash and grabs, or they have a whole bunch of people that just come inside and go in and stack up stuff and walk out of Home Depot at the same time? There's a group that has been investigated in Philadelphia that's actually doing this. Over 40 people have been already arrested as part of this group. It's been hurting retail, and it's also, I feel, been driving the prices up of stuff besides the fact of the price gouging that's so prevalent.
Law enforcement agencies from across the region have teamed up for a crackdown on organized retail theft, and they say it is working. The initiative is led by the Pennsylvania Attorney General's Office. Action News reporter Taronda Thomas live this afternoon in Audubon with the update on the progress they're making so far. Taronda.
Grace. Look like Grace Jones, don't you? Take to the river.
Well, Brian, it's been about a year since the Organized Retail Crime Unit was established, and officials here at the Pennsylvania Attorney General's office say the first year was a successful one, taking down 2 big operations that focused on stealing huge volumes of merchandise.
To cut the head off of the snake in these organizations.
Going after the ringleaders of groups that cause chaos in stores.
These are often swarm-style thefts with groups of individuals who invade a store and move as quickly as they can to steal as much as they can.
That's the MO of retail theft rings identified by Pennsylvania's Organized Retail Crime Unit. It's opened more than 65 investigations and charged more than 40 people in the past year, recovering more than $2 million in stolen goods, including clothes, electronics, and food.
A very small percentage of people were committing about 74% of our retail thefts in Philadelphia.
Authorities identified 2 of those groups. The first, the 5th Street Crew, is accused of dozens of incidents of retail theft and robbery, including Snipes and Lululemon stores in Philadelphia and Montgomery and Bucks counties. The other group, Philly Flowers, allegedly ran a scheme that involved theft and fraudulent returns at TJ Maxx and home goods stores, taking about $800,000 over the course of 2 years.
They are looking to sell the items that they're stealing for cash.
The groups have also been known to sell the items online in pawn shops or send them overseas. Authorities say the ringleaders often recruit juveniles and people with mental illnesses to do the stealing, which they say puts retail workers in danger.
We have these innocent people who are just trying to get through their 9-to-5 jobs, and they find themselves being attacked.
The Organized Retail Crime Unit also collaborated with state legislators for tougher theft laws. Police say retail theft in Philadelphia is down 13%. Officials plan to continue the crackdown.
If you participate in this behavior, you will be held accountable.
Now, oftentimes juveniles in these cases are brought in as witnesses against those alleged ringleaders of those theft groups. The district or the attorney general here in Pennsylvania says that those alleged ringleaders could face decades in prison.
Okay, so yeah, all that, because that's a lot of money. You know, that's not no small retail theft where you're going in there stealing something and you're running out. No. You're coming out with arms full of stuff. You're organizing it, and that's a real big hit when it comes down to the amount of money that business is losing. So yeah, I see the crime should fit the time. Don't do the crime if you can do the time. Keep your eye on the sparrow, baby. Let's go. What we got over here? What y'all got for me over here? Give the people buying power back. What we got? I got to get back to the bottom down here because I had to catch up to some comments over here. Oh, I see it. I got the arrow over there. What y'all got for me over here? What y'all got for me? What y'all got? Let me hit that. Come on now. Come on. Go to the bottom of the joint. I got to keep on moving now, even though the chat's not rocking with me because I got too many clips, y'all. I hope you guys appreciate that. Stay on point. Don't get jammed up when something come down like that. But I want you to see what's going on now with Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett, you already know how Jasmine get down, right? She's always got somebody on the scope. Jasmine Crockett right now is going after who? Believe it or not, Melania this time. And she's basically, check this out. She's really going after her, saying that she's not no real presidential woman. She's not a model. And check this out. She went in on her. Check it out.
All right, Texas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett took time out of the House Judiciary hearing on immigration visas to insult First Lady Melania Trump and her legal status.
Yeah, Texas Congressman and member of the House Judiciary Committee, Lance Gooden, was at that hearing. He joins us now. And Congressman, I'm just going to read part of what she said in what I would call a very serious hearing on a very serious issue that impacts our country's immigration and ultimately decides who comes into our country. Yet the Congresswoman decides to use her time to say the following. Melania, the First Lady, a model. And when I say model, I'm not talking about Tyra Banks, Cindy Crawford, and Naomi Campbell. You're supposed to have some sort of significant achievement, like being awarded a Nobel Peace Prize or a Pulitzer, being an Olympic medalist, or having other sustained extraordinary abilities and success in sciences, arts, education, business, or athletics. Last time I checked, the First Lady had none of those accolades under her belt. It doesn't take an Einstein to see that the math ain't math. And here, this, of course, the Einstein approach is what this approach to visas is called. Your reaction to that display, again, from a sitting U.S. Congresswoman against the First Lady, mind you, who championed. And
ain't nobody talking about that bouffant that you got going on over there with the, like, come on now. We don't play the race game over here, so don't even go for that, the comments or whatever like that. But tell the truth now. Who would you? Come on now. No disrespect, Prez. You know what I'm saying? Come on now, Jasmine. Oh, all right, cool. All right.
An anti-bullying program in her first term.
Well, first of all, I think the First Lady is magnificent, as do most of the country. I am very proud of her and her accomplishments, and I wouldn't dare question her history, how she came to the United States, or what she's done, because what she's done is magnificent. And I'm so proud of her and the work that she's doing as our First Lady. As for this hearing and my colleague criticizing her, I think the best thing to do here would be to ignore it. I think that the radical view of the Democrats is one where they want to ignore the open borders that have destroyed our country. And I find it pretty rich that they would go after someone like the First Lady, who came here as an immigrant, like millions of Americans with her who came here the right way. All the while they've turned a blind eye at the open borders over the last 4 years of Biden that have really destroyed our nation. They're okay with the riots in LA. They're okay with destroying small businesses and violence and unrest, but they want to go back in time and rehash the immigration path of Americans who did it the right way. And I think that's a shame. And I think the American people see through that. And I think the American people are happy that Republicans are in charge and that there is law and order being restored. The border is secure. We've had no crossings in the last several months, no illegal crossings. And now we are working to ship the illegals out of this country.
Okay, we got to keep on moving. Thank you so much for your content and your follow-up. Glad everybody is so active in these comments. Woo! People coming at me, tearing me up, calling me real racist and all that. Somebody said racist much? No, not at all. I just call things as I see it, straight up and down. And I could say it like, I could honestly say, some of my best friends are white. Real talk. Ask them. Real talk. Some of my best friends, I don't look at the color. The way I was raised around a whole bunch of diversity. I'm from New York, Manhattan. You know, there's no way. If you raised from little and nobody steers you in the direction of being racist, you're just going to be whatever, cool with everybody. And that's just how we are over here. So sorry. Don't try to mix me in that box. We got to keep on moving forward, buddy. Supreme Court weighs the remaining case against citizenship with Donald Trump. What are you talking about, Boogotti? We're talking about that birthright citizenship, something that I think should possibly be changed. Now you're going to get my opinion. I don't think that the United States should be used as freeze tag or any sort of a home base where you can run there, touch it, and be like, I'm safe. You know, oh, I'm safe. I don't think that that's fair, because there's a lot of people that come here full of the baby already got it about to come out and drop it like it's hot. And then they just get over here so that they can drop it. And the next thing you know, hey, my baby's a citizen, so I can stay. I don't think that that's fair. I just don't. I look at it for what it is. I mean, getting over here, being able to maneuver and do it, that's a skill in itself. So yeah, when you get here and once you touch home base, you're safe. But do I personally feel that it should be something that people should be able to do? I do not.
The Supreme Court is wrapping up this term, and a number of cases could impact millions of Americans. One decision could even possibly change the Constitution. News Nation's Xavier Walton joins us now. And Xavier, Americans are watching closely after the president's executive order to end birthright citizenship. What's at stake here, and realistically, what are we expecting today?
Marky, there's a lot at stake, and that's why millions of people will be watching. And, you know, typically emergency cases presented to the high court are written and resolved fairly quickly. But President Trump's birthright citizenship order is one of the few emergency cases the court has ever, scheduled for oral arguments. And we may see a ruling as soon as today. At the center of all of this, the 14th Amendment, and whether or not birthright citizenship is actually enshrined in the Constitution. Judges appointed by both Republican and Democratic presidents say, you know what, it is. President Trump asking the Supreme Court to allow him to enforce his executive order denying birthright citizenship to U.S.-born children of parents who are in the country illegally. But the 14th Amendment says, you see it here, in part, all persons born or naturalized in the U.S. and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. All right, so lower court rulings have blocked the administration from carrying out this order by issuing nationwide injunctions in dozens of cases. Now, the argument or concern in front of SCOTUS is You know, should one judge have the ability to block a law or presidential order from going into effect in the U.S. while it's being challenged in the courts, Markey?
Thank you for watching.
So that law is not going to pass, basically, from what you can see right now, what's going on. Personally, just because of my view, I would not like it to. From what the law is going to be, it's going to continue to be able to happen. So, hey, just because I don't think that something should continue to happen, don't mean that it's going to continue to happen. The same way how I try to explain to everybody in the comments, just because you want one agenda, that does not mean that it's going to happen, because sometimes there's pushback, there's laws, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes along with it. So, hey, you got your birthright citizen, guys. You got your citizenship. Trust me, I think you're going to get it. Keep on moving forward now, because we got this environmentalist situations that are melting down over this next situation. Y'all probably got me on that one, but imagine this. Imagine Alcatraz, but imagine Alligator Alcatraz. I'm talking about, imagine, hey, Harley, what's going on? Welcome to the bottom line. Somebody got some gym gloves. Imagine Alligator Alcatraz, which is Alcatraz in the Everglades or something like that, surrounded by alligators, snakes, and all that kind of stuff. Same people gonna be like, no, Bugatti, no, we don't want nothing like that. See? Y'all can get the other thing, but I can't get Alligator Alcatraz. Y'all gonna tell me that y'all ain't down with the Alligator Alcatraz for the bad citizens. I mean, for the bad criminals. Come on, y'all. I want y'all to see what's going on with what they're about to do. And there's big talks about Alligator Alcatraz. Check this out, y'all. For real. You ain't gonna believe this.
Well, this is a breaking story. Just minutes ago, we're learning from federal sources who've told Fox News that ICE has now arrested 130 Iranian nationals just in the past 7 days. Now, the previous number that we had heard about was 11. That grew to 16, now over 100. Now, you see the other number there, 670 Iranian nationals currently in ICE detention.
Maybe their next home will be in Florida. Alligator Alcatraz, the state's brand new escape-proof detention center in the Everglades, set to open in as soon as 60 days, surrounded by Florida's finest. Gators, pythons, swamp creatures galore.
Now, naturally, many on the left can't stand that. In fact, they can't stand any type of immigration enforcement. Democrats grilling Attorney General Pam Bondi on the Hill earlier today about her department's priorities.
Will national security be compromised? Not at all, Senator. It will be increased. It will be enhanced. I can tell you, every day we talk about this multiple times a day, 7 days a week, as to what we can do, working hand in hand with DEA, ATF agents, FBI, Homeland Security, ICE, to make sure that our nation is safe.
Here to discuss, former FBI special agent and Fox News contributor Nicole Parker. Nicole, it's great to have you. Thanks for being here. I am not joking when I say this. The alligators are not inside the prison. If you don't try to escape, everything will be fine.
So that's a prison within a prison. Because just because you escaped the prison, don't mean you're going to get away from them alligators and snakes. Woo, imagine that, y'all. What y'all got for me in these comments over here? B. Cal says Mike is craving an argument with someone. Okay, Tim says Jasmine Crockett for president. Mike A says no thanks. I am from Florida, and I'm going to tell you, Floridians are going to swim in that water. Still dry wells. Miller says, what does left you right me, LOL. Wolverine Castro says, Mikey, Mexico, I'm waiting for you. Mike A, funny, you aren't denying. No, I don't. Harley, I live next to Alligator Alcatraz up until my neighbor moved. He said, I lived at Alligator Alcatraz up until my neighbor moved. Your neighbor must have been crazy, Harley. Kelsey Drywall says, Wizards, LMAO. Liberty and Justice. What's going on, Liberty and Justice? Put Biden in there. Ooh. Y'all remember the instigator at school when there'd be a little argument going on and that one person used to go over there to try to make the fight happen? I don't know, but this little short dude with a big head used to always be the one that walk over, and when somebody had a beef, be like this. Ooh, you gonna let him say that about you? Ooh, because you know that's like the chip on the shoulder to start the fight. What else you got? What else y'all got? Brian Jumper doing the news now. That was a halfway good one. Salute to you. Salute to y'all too. And if y'all appreciate the content that your boy's been showing you since 6 o'clock in the morning, I want y'all to double tap that screen to get those likes up. And since my boy is actually active in the comments right now, we're going to move on to another situation that we have that I selected. This is like the lookout that we're doing. I want you guys to see something that we're doing right here. I've been moving around a lot. I wanted to show you guys where I've been buying my suits at and things of that nature. A couple of videos back, I showed you guys where you can go to get a suit, where you guys can go to, get some, formal wear that's not so expensive, right? And then people came into the comments and asked for monetary because they see the way that Harley always supports the show. I mean, I guess people are like, you got so much, so can you help us out? Yes, we can, and we're definitely going to do that. Due to the fact that Harley's been so supportive to the show, I want to give back to these people that actually could be utilizing the help at this time, which means that we do get a lot of support from Harley here, and we ain't millionaires ourselves, but we can do something to help out those people in need, right? Sometimes. So what we made, you see how big my head is, by the way? It can block the whole number. Stop playing. That's a joke. When you come with a joke, say it like that. Yo, bro, look how Bugatti head is blocking the whole number. $250 is what somebody's gonna get in a gift certificate powered by Harley, intended for suits, shoes, work boots, and things of that nature. Burlington is where that gift certificate is gonna come from. And of course, I put my logo up there because it comes from the show, Our Bottom Line. So I want that person or those people that might be looking for a job, that might need some work boots, that might be trying to get some help. You got to send me your story. Let me know what's going on. It has to be the truth. I will supply you with this gift certificate. That should be enough to start you out, get you moving, and get you going on what you got to do. I also am a master resume builder. Send me the resume that you have. Give me 2 days. I'll send it back, even with some references. That's what we're going to do around here. What I like to do is teach a man how to fish. I'm not going to give you a meal. I'm not going to do that because that's only temporary. Now, if you're down and out, I'll give you a meal and then I'm going to help you build up. But I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to do what I do. So I'll be HELL hockey sticks if I'm going to take out of mines without knowing that you're going to be doing something to move you forward. If somebody gives you something, even if you're picking up cans, show the initiative that you're trying to do something for yourself as well. It's flip your screen. We know. Did you ever get the red suit? I didn't. Thank you, Mike. Mike picks didn't happen. Mike has no point. I want him to criticize Joe Biden. Bored now. Time to move on. Bye. Go ahead. Leave. Harley, that's what we're doing. This is about what we're doing right now. I don't care if you're bored. You can leave anyway. No problem. Now we got another situation. Matter of fact, you know what we're going to do? I like that. Some cornball said that they wanted to leave. First of all, we got to thank Harley. What did Harley just do? Harley just sent 50 gift certificate memberships. That's right, y'all. That means Harley just gave us 50 memberships. I don't know if y'all going to run and go ahead and get those. I'm kind of learning about that. But Harley, we appreciate you for everything that you do. That's why that's already paid for. You ain't even got to put nothing down on that because you already hold it down good enough. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys appreciate it. Okay, we got to keep on moving forward to my state, New York, where we got 4 suspects caught in a kidnapping of a swan. Some fool in Queens thought that it was okay to take a swan from the water. Guess what? If you take a swan away from the loved ones and the family, the whole family, because they live off of that. They took the mother of the swan. Basically, they got the guys, but the sad part about it is they never were able to, I don't even want to say it. Check this crap out right here.
Over the abduction of one of Mother Nature's most magnificent creatures, a swan. The suspect was caught running down the street with the giant swan tucked under his arm. Then he stuffs the bird into the back seat of the getaway car with his buddies. The 4 knuckleheads are cracking up as they take off.
It was a little brutal. You can tell they had experience holding these birds.
Stephanie Santiago witnessed the swan napping.
One of them was actually looking out the window with a stupid smile on his face. And I told him, I was like, you're going to see me. Remember me, because you're going to see me again. And when you see me, you won't be smiling.
Swans are known for being territorial and making loud noises if a human gets too close. But the snatched swan is a species known as a mute swan. These swans are even quieter, so she didn't make a lot of noise when she was taken. To make this all the more upsetting, the swan had just given birth, and her lifelong mate has been calling out in distress, desperate for his long-lost love. Stephanie shared her video of the theft, and the Howard Beach community in Queens, New York, leapt into action.
The community was enraged. These birds are a fixture in our community. They have families, they have babies, they reproduce.
A resident spotted the suspects and called cops.
They have apprehended the vehicle that was used and involved with the swan abduction, and the vehicle with the occupants unfortunately have no swan with them.
Damn. We've seen swan nappings before. In 2021, this guy was charged with grand theft for stealing baby swans from their parents in Orlando. Watch as he pushes the parents out of the way to put the little ones in a red cooler. They won't be here tomorrow. So, what happened to the abducted swan from Queens? Unfortunately, it's a mystery.
We don't know if we'll ever see that bird again.
Police are investigating if the swan was stolen as part of a senior prank or to be put in someone's private pond.
I tell you one thing, that dude that was running up there with that container, that ice chest that picked up them babies, I don't know why nobody just didn't go straight over there, and I don't care, that's right, straight over, bang, stay in your place. As soon as I'm coming back to take the rest of them. No, you're not, because you're going to be like this, lullaby and good night. You're going to have the Disney birds going around your head if I got something to do with it, Pimpin'. That old dude that was picking up them swan babies, sleepy time, bye-bye. Yeah. Call me what you want. Bring on the cuffs. Let's go. I did it. Yes, it was. Messing around with some swan babies. Keep on moving. Swan napping 15 in life, says Mark Dorfman. Virginia Hobby says poor swans was dinner for two knuckleheads. Drywall Wizard says they're gonna find a room full of swans under Diddy house in a room with some baby oil. Okay, almost, man. The second part was kind of weak. First part, you was on a roll. We're going to keep on moving now because we got some situations right now where this LAPD thumped it up. I don't know how they keep on doing it, but you saw that girl yesterday, right? The one that was real skinny and she could slip out of her handcuffs and put them over her head. We got another one, y'all. Let me tell you something. If y'all already know that y'all got these criminals like that are tiny and they're crazy, you need to find some better handcuffs for them. Because these women are getting out, sliding through and getting through all types of situations right now. And this one here is crazy, y'all. Check this out right here. Check this out. LA seeks a suspect who stole a patrol vehicle.
Trying to find the woman who allegedly stole a patrol vehicle and then ditched it in the Hollywood Hills. That suspect was apparently handcuffed the entire time while all this happened. Gigi Gracia joins us live from Hollywood with all the details. Hi there, Gigi.
Good morning, everyone. I just had a really long talk with the owner of the Porsche that was vandalized, and he basically told me the whole story. He doesn't want to go on camera because he says he's simply too embarrassed that a girl that he knew, he met her last week, ended up doing all of this. And let me show you what all of this is. Take a look at that man's Porsche SUV. The woman, he says, went.
See, he's brand new to Joaquitimas. Joaquitima don't care if you just met her last week. Soon as you got a problem the first day, how dare you? You think I ain't going, what? Bang, 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 bang. I don't give a damn about no police. Lock me up. Get away from me. Get your hands off of me. What you talking about? Watch my head. I don't care. I don't care. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He happened to find a sleeper teamer. She was a sleeper. That's what he didn't know about it.
In his words, crazy on him when he wouldn't buy her alcohol. And she took out a knife with a pointed end and began smashing his windshield. She also flattened 2 of his tires. Damn. Police were called by a nearby security guard. They arrived, took her into custody, handcuffed her, and put her in the back of a patrol car while they continued their investigation with the man, he says. When all of a sudden, he and the 2 officers watched as the patrol car sped off. The 2 police officers chasing right behind it on foot. But she...
Come on, son. Tell me that ain't crazy. Shorty basically slipped the cuffs, went through the little window, took their whip. I'm out.
She drove away too fast, and the search was on for her and the missing LAPD black and white car. It was found less than half a mile away from here. It was dumped in the Hollywood Hills. Nothing was taken, and she didn't crash the car. Thankfully, putting it out of commission, it is still in commission, but she took off. And even though officers searched on the ground and from the air for her, they did not find her. And keep in mind that she was in handcuffs all of this time. They believe she slipped the cuffs from back to front while she was in the back of that police car, and then used a small window that's in the partition that divides the back of the patrol car from the front. Through that window, she's a petite thing. She went through there, and that's how she stole the car. Now, police do believe that they know who she is. As for the victim of all of this, he's facing thousands and thousands of dollars in damage, and his heart is hurt. How could someone he met and thought was a nice girl do this to him?
But guess what? She ain't just do it to him. She did it to another dude the same night and and took his car. So she smashed one dude's whip, took a police officer's car. So both of them are embarrassed. That's just not one embarrassment. She hit him with the double whammy. Both of them are embarrassed because both of their cars got taken advantage of. How about that? She basically took advantage of their vehicles, tore this one up, and then stole their whip, and then got up out of there, and they can't even find her. All they got is her name and some information. This is bonkers, y'all.
Seems to be a really nice guy. Reporting live, I'm Gigi Gracia. Back to you.
This story just got even crazier.
I know.
Wow, those details there. Unbelievable. Can't make this stuff up.
I know. Wow. So bizarre, but also.
It sure is.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm making sure it's all out. Wait.
we're laughing about it. Thankfully, no one got hurt.
Right.
But wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm making sure that I'm wringing the whole rag out of that one, y'all. Y'all know how y'all get the last drop out the lemon? That's what I was doing in that one. I was making lemonade out of lemon on that one. That was no joke. And the police was like, looking like Keystone cops, trying to chase their own car. Man, y'all, come on, do me a favor. Tell me that don't deserve a like. Tell me that don't deserve y'all to go ahead and hit that post notification. Tell me that don't deserve for y'all to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, subscribe to the channel if you want. Go ahead and become a member. I'm trying to get up to 30 million subscribers. I'm just messing with y'all. Really would be happy at 100,000. We close to 35. But come on now. Y'all know, y'all see now why we're #1 on this hour. Can't nobody mess with us. Ha ha. Harley, you did it again like you always do. Thank you so much. Everybody, do us a favor, please. Thank Harley for the $100 super chat. Always coming through and showing major support for the show. Harley, we love you and we appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. And I hope you guys appreciate the content because your boy is over here working. I was not playing about today. I was going to make sure that this deck was stacked. If I had to find videos, I was just like, no, not that one. No, I was making sure because tonight it's going to be even better. I hope y'all tune in. And again, Harley, there's no me without you. There's no me without you. Thank you. We appreciate you so much. Everybody, please, let's thank Harley for the $100 super chat. We're going to keep on moving forward because this right here is a sick and tired NBC. I think BC stands for British Canada, whatever. You guys can tear me up in the comments, but I said I'm going to need help on this one. What does BC stand for? Because these businesses are getting really tired after these smash and grabs that's going on. These people are just straight up breaking into their smoke shops and everything and basically taking full advantage of these hardworking people. I want you to check this video out.
Watch closely. This man in a white hoodie notices something and picks it up. When he returns, he drops a rock in front of the store. A few more seconds, the intention is clear. This smash and grab happened just before 5 a.m. Saturday at Crystal Smoke and Convenience on Johnston Road.
Thank you,
The
British
manager
Columbia.
says the
Thank
thief
you.
took off with up to
I know I was right.
$7,000 in merchandise, and the broken door cost $1,300 to repair.
it's very sad because it does cost a lot of money and it's like extra work. So whenever I don't think so anybody wants to like hear that sound or that feeling because it's just very heartbreaking.
2 blocks up the street at David Michael of London.
It was this door here that was smashed. Here's all the glass that I've had to sweep up.
This hair salon also a victim of a smash and grab. That same morning, losing up to $4,000 in products. David Gadik says he's fed up.
Sick and tired of it when you're working hard, struggling in these times. There's businesses are going under left, right, and centre around us.
His neighboring store had enough of the vandalism and closed up shop last summer.
See what happens?
Gadik blames the nearby safe consumption site at Peace Arch Hospital for the rise in crime.
I don't believe they have a mental health issue. I believe that they were mentally challenged at that moment because of the drugs they'd taken.
The local MLA says crime has gone up and stresses the province needs to address repeat offenders.
White Rock wasn't always like this, but it is a chronic problem right now and it's just more on the rise. And until this government actually puts forward legislation to deal with it, it's just going to get worse.
I thought it was just in sanctuary cities. I guess it's going on in British Columbia. Like you guys said, that's the definition of BC. Again, you guys, another situation pretty crazy. But yeah, going down the same way it happens in our state, in our country, in our cities. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen, get those likes up so more people know what we got going on over here, y'all. #1 show on YouTube right now, 6 o'clock in the morning. Don't believe me? Leave, and I bet you're going to be like this. Man, I'm going back to the bottom line. Yeah, you got that heat over there. Okay, come on. Let me get that love over there. Bloop, 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 bloop. Thank you so much. So I can give it right back to y'all. That's right. We got a crazy situation right here. I did that on purpose, y'all. Because every time we ask for likes, we get those people that be running, right? And I don't want them to see the boom, the crazy videos. So what I do is sometimes I mess with them. I say, you know what? Hit the like button. Because you know how people are. Jim, I don't have the power to give Bugatti a like. It just costs so much. They be acting like it's so much just to give your boy a like, even though I do the work around here. So you know what I do? I do that just to get rid of them. And then, boom, bang them with another video, a banger too. Check this video out. LPG, gas explosion, narrowly escaping for a wife and a husband. Check this out. They use a lot of these gas tanks, a lot of these propane tanks in India and all of these foreign countries because they don't have like natural gas in certain places that's running through like pipelines. So they have these tanks that they use. Watch what happened when this one tank went crazy and this lady thought that it was okay to come back into the house after she had already been dealing with it going berserk. Check this out, you guys. I'm gonna get it open and I want you guys to check this out. She attempted to fix the cylinder leak, but the hose just got away from her. The situation spirals out of control as the pipes moves rapidly like a snake. See it going back and forth. That's basically all of the gas coming out of it. Now, after all the gas came out, they basically thought it was okay. So she returns with a man for assistance. She goes through the front door. He comes through the back. Basically, they're pursuing it, walking in very cautiously to see what's going on with it. As they try to touch it and move it, something ignites from the back room and blows up the whole thing and gets them up out of the whole situation. They escaped unhurt, but it was a terrible situation. And that's like the top of something blowing off. Yeah, India TV, y'all. Crazy situation right there. I thought that would be something that you guys would be interested in checking out and be very careful when you're dealing with propane tanks or anything like that. Right, Batty? Right, young wolf? Very lucky to be alive the way they ran up out of there, right? Escape unhurt, bro. Left like a magic trick. That was the good one. Oh, Aaron said left, escape unhurt, bro, and left like a magic trick. I like that. I like that. Natalie says, shaking my head, crazy and sad. I see you, Batty. Harley, don't light a match. Nah, you don't light around. No, don't light no match around no open those tanks. They be like It's too much effort to move a finger. Like, yeah, that was crazy right there. We got to keep on moving, you guys. So now we got to go to Washington State. I don't know if you remember this guy named Travis Decker. He may have no longer be with us anymore. He tried to evade the police. This is the guy that was this animal. Let me get that right. This animal that was supposedly really good hiding out in the woods and stuff like that. He basically powed his daughters and took their lives near Leavenworth. And they've been looking for him in the woods for a couple of weeks now. Well, guess what? They're now sending out cadaver dogs and basically saying that they're thinking that this is like a recovery mission at this point. Check this out, you guys. Let's go. Oh, I'm sorry. I had it on mute.
Daughters. Now they say there's actually, and law enforcement has now spent the last 3 weeks looking for an ex-soldier wanted in the deaths of his 3 little daughters. Now they say there's actually no evidence he's in the area or even alive. Images show teams in camouflage scouring the treacherous central Washington terrain for Travis Decker. Searchers also dropping in by air. The Chelan County Sheriff tells us, and USA Today, a cadaver dog is now added to the search for Decker's remains. He's been wanted since June 2nd. That's when the bodies of his 3 daughters were found at a campsite outside Leavenworth. Authorities say they're relying on tips from the public for help. U.S. Marshals are looking outside of the region as well for Decker.
All right, y'all.
And law enforcement.
I got some more law enforcement situations with this officer from Moore. Where is Moore at? I need you guys to check this out. So basically, this dude had me thinking that this was his crib. This guy right here. I thought this was his house. Police came in. What are you doing in my house? Come to find out he's burglarizing the place. Check this out. The Moore police, the officers, they tase him, body slam him real nice. I'm talking about on some, remember LT back in the days? Boom! Watch how this police officer take this fool down while he's being tased. Check this out right here. So he had me fooled. I thought this was his house.
But you don't live here, right?
Huh? Well, I haven't lived here for a while.
All right. Well, unfortunately, you have warrants for your arrest. I need you to turn around, put your hands behind your back.
For what? What am I warrants for?
Turn around. They're for local warrants.
No, I don't have any warrants. I want you to tell me what they're for.
Turn around and put your hands behind your back.
Tell me what they're for. Taser.
Turn around.
If you want to.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back. Turn around.
Get out of my house.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
Get out of my house.
Turn around, behind your back. You're going to get tasered.
No.
Kill me. 5-1, step it up. We need backup.
That's the second one. He's still coming at them. Ooh, y'all saw that? And now look. Yeah, that's that part where it's like, watch your head. And now he like this. And he got 2 nice plugs in him from them 2 taser pops. Bang, bang, bzz. He was coming at him like David Banner. Oh, how dare you, you son of a, damn you, son of a bitch. That was crazy, right? That escalated quickly, says Casey. Drywall says, buddy eating that taser. He was eating that taser, right, Drywall? Young Wolf says, he's on meth for sure. Harley says, nice body slam, WWE style, right, Harley? Right, what y'all got over here? Or something, says Young Wolf. Yo, said that dude is off that crystal. Natalie says, taser just pissed him off more. Nice takedown, says Jeffrey. He lucky US could have been worse, right? Liberty and Justice says, that's crazy. What the heck? Yeah, that was crazy. This is sad. He was black. He would have lost his life. Virginia says, Young Wolf, something for sure. Wow, shit got real quick, says Matt. Marie says, I just want to live in the mountain. It's so done with our society. I don't even mind getting one of them little Tesla houses. I know what y'all talking about. Oh my God, y'all gotta go ahead and give me some love for that. Come on now. I don't know who is rocking with your boy Boogotti NYC. Who? Tell me what show. Tell me what else is rocking with your boy. None of them. Nothing is messing with our bottom line. The co-hosts over here, the best. Our community is no joke, and y'all already know we keep it 100 and we don't pull no punches. That's right. So if y'all appreciate the content, I'm trying to get up to this 35,000 subscribers, y'all. Go ahead and subscribe. Become a member. Come on now. Also, don't forget later on tonight from 5 to 8 where I'm going to be at 22 West Circle Drive at Green Acres Mall. Come on, y'all, hang out with me. If you're 21 and older, come have a sip of some Big Drip because now we got to go over to Hawaii. We got to go to Hawaii, y'all. You know what's going on in Hawaii? Y'all already know they got these fake $100 bills that they're making from $1 bills. Experts are saying what they're doing now is they're taking $1 bills and they're bleaching them. And then they're screen printing the other artwork on there, and they're giving that to people and having them think that it's a real $100 bill, you guys. Not like a Harley $100 bill that you guys just saw pop up on that screen. I'm talking about a regenerated one that they're using now with $1 bills. They're dipping them in bleach, and they're printing on $100. Before we get into this, guys, please, let's thank Harley again for the also another supportive $100 for the support of the show that he always shows support to. So we all thank you consecutively together. Thank you so much, Harley, for all of the support. I want you guys to see what's going on in Hawaii right now with these un-Harley-like $100 bills. Because these $100 bills right here, these are fake.
Counterfeit cash is circulating through Hawaii, and Honolulu police say cases of forgery are up this year. Bryce Moore has details.
A fake $100 bill, apparently made by bleaching a 1 and reprinting it, was recently passed to a longtime local business owner.
And I had a couple of other girls in here at the same time, so I didn't really closely look at the 100, which if I would have did that, I could have probably prevented it.
Costello has owned Siam Imports for 28 years and will be closing at the end of July.
I'm so used to having good customers coming through my shop over the years that I get lackadaisical sometimes.
Honolulu police say counterfeiting and forgery are up 16.5% compared to last year.
We're seeing more and more of these bleaching of dollar bills, and then they're being printed with 50 or 100 on them.
Experts say to always check if the blue strip on hundreds really is a hologram or just a sticker. The counterfeits didn't work for Costello.
It still feels kind of like a paper bill because you're still using the same, paper. It's like if you throw money through the wash, right? It still feels like a bill. But we're seeing a lot more people now holding it up to the light, finding out that the pens don't always work.
And hopefully by you guys doing this report to prevent someone else from getting taken by the same people or as a group of people, whatever.
The Secret Service website shows there are at least 9 different indicators to tell if a $100 bill is fake. We'll have more info on KHON2.com.
Yep, I'm going to keep you posted when I get more info from KHOU.com as well, because I like information about that. And I know y'all like to talk about that money, 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 money. Y'all love talking about that money, especially when it got something to do with tariffs or when it's something that y'all got to pay. What y'all know about this $1? Yes, it's still $1. That's right. Yeah, okay. Kendra Walker says, come on, thanks, peace, and blessings, Cameron. Okay, he's talking to somebody. It's never easy breaking 100s anymore because no one wants to take them. That's what Natalie says. Karen says, what? Karen says, gas prices up every minute. Mad Hatter says, that has to be local operations. Marie says, with the cost of literally everything going on, can you blame them for trying to print some money? Hey, I ain't even mad at you. We got music says, totally obliteration, laughing. How does it feel? You know the lies every time he opens his mouth, but you hate when he can pretend it's not. Okay, let's keep on going, you guys. Batty Lynn says, we didn't take $100 bills in the shop I work for, in the shop that I work for. It made people mad, but we had to do it because of stuff like that. I guess why, Batty? Because it's too hard to check and see what's going on with them. Liberty and Justice says, I can't believe people can actually do that. I could never. I could never even think of doing something like that. We're going to keep on going, y'all. We're going to keep on. Oh, y'all thought it was over. They're like, wait a minute, Bugatti talking about keep on going. That's almost, yes, we are continuously to keep it funky around here. Your boy is not playing. I got a situation going on in Lake Tahoe that I need you guys to see. Imagine you're in Lake Tahoe. You may have your yacht. Your name might be Harley. But matter of fact, I don't want to put you in this situation because we love you too much. Not Harley. This person's name is John. And you're chilling on Lake Tahoe. You're thinking everything is cool. And next thing you know, remember my favorite comedian? That's who I'm imitating right now. Fire Marshal Bill, Jim Carrey. So you're chilling. You're hanging out on the boat. And the next thing you know, the waves start going loco like this. Yeah, so these are some crazy Lake Tahoe waves that killed 8 people. We don't want something like this to happen to anybody. But this is how it goes from a storm coming in out of nowhere where people just think that they're just hanging out. And next thing you know, the waves just come on in. So we got to be careful. And I don't know if there's anything that we can do about this because, you know, I don't know if the weather can report something like this or out of nowhere something happened like
A
this.
freak storm causes chaos on the usually tranquil Lake Tahoe. 8 people lost their lives when their boat capsized during a birthday cruise, while other boaters got the scare of their lives. As Jim Murray reports, this one was on a girls' trip when things got crazy.
Lake Tahoe is a vacation oasis known for crystal clear, gorgeous water. But today we're seeing frightening images of big choppy waves that came out of nowhere, tossing boats around, leaving a path of destruction and death. Chelsea Edsall was caught in the sudden storm.
The weather shifted so drastically. I've never experienced this. It looked like the ocean.
Chelsea rented a boat for an all-girls trip on Saturday. Look, at first, it's a pretty day on the water. There's Chelsea letting loose on the lake. But soon the wind picked up and they decided to dock. They couldn't believe what happened next. The choppy water turned into big rough waves. Boats are bounced around in the turbulent water.
The conditions turned pretty dangerous in a matter of moments.
In the midst of the chaos, it snows in June.
It's snowing. It's snowing.
But on this capsized boat, 8 people lost their lives while celebrating a birthday. 37-year-old Bay Area executive Josh Pickles and his parents are among the dead. It's believed the family was on the boat to celebrate his mother Paula's 71st birthday.
It was an incredibly frightening experience for everybody on the water.
I'm sorry, I had to get somebody up out of here, y'all. Had to get somebody up out of here. Let me tell you why I do that at the last moment sometimes. I do that at the last moment so they can't come back tomorrow. They thought that they was trolling all day. Next thing you know, boom, and they out of here. So you can't come back. And you can't come back. What y'all think about that? Y'all saw that? That was crazy, right? Buy a swimming pool or a jacuzzi. You'll be a lot safer, duh. Natalie says, wow. Yeah, RIP to those people that lost their lives. It was so sad. And we want to send a prayer up. Thank you so much, Natalie, for reminding me that we have to show respect and love and praise to the Lord as well, and hope that he enters their souls into heaven. We ask this in Jesus' name, amen. That's right. 8 people who lost their lives on that terrible outing that came out of nowhere. Amen. That's right, you guys. Natalie, you always hold me down. You always got my back. You're one of the best co-hosts here. I got to tell you, I love that. I love the way that you support the show. Thank you so much for getting my back and making sure that I didn't forget that part. Thank you, because I got a lot going on. Appreciate you so much. But guess what we got to get into now? It's been so hot. I think that a lot of the stuff that's going on with that water being crazy choppy, I think with a lot of the heat, the way that the world is just having all these tornadoes in different places, snowing in the middle of that situation, I think that the earth personally is just giving back right now. The world is just like, you know what? Out of nowhere, things are just happening. And the weather is the way that it's doing that. Also, because of the heat, elements start to contract and expand as far as metals and woods and things like that. Your doors might be stuck in the winter time because the moisture makes them expand. And in the summer times, of course, they get smaller. But it happens to a lot of different things. Even the roads. got a situation right here where a buckling road sent this car into night rider mode. I'm talking about it was a heat wave going on, and the next thing you know, the road just popped. I don't know, out of nowhere. You see the road bust open, and the car that was right there had to do a night rider. Kick, autopilot, auto thrust. Like for real, this car, luckily it wasn't coming too fast because it definitely caught a little bit of air. Check this out as this buckling road went kind of crazy in this heat wave, y'all. Check this out. Now, that's like the road literally just popped open in front of them while they was driving. Y'all saw that, right? Now tell me that ain't the earth or the ground, asphalt, buckling, fighting back. Yeah. You got a guy like me that knows construction and would like to, I could just tell you guys how I would fix that situation, right? You got to get in there and you got to break everything up, clear all that debris out, level the ground again, make sure, and go ahead and lay it back down. You'll be all right. But yeah, that was kind of crazy right there. What y'all got to say about that? Yeah, the ground just popped open. Oh my God, Kendra said that happened to me years ago in Florida. Wow, that first car caught air. Jeffrey says, holy cow, that gives me the chills. Liberty and justice, we definitely are. You see that? Must have been so scary, Kendra. Scary stuff. That's a bump, all right. Lazy, cheap construction. Okay, good point. It's a pothole, though. Went straight through the window. Hope they were not drinking coffee or eating a sandwich, right? You right about that, Mad Hatter. First time here, loving the channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Young Wolf says, guy tries to use his foot stomping the pavement back down. Harley, again, we thank you so much again for the $100 super chat. Harley, again, we don't know what we do without you. And I know what you're trying to do. You think you're slick. You think you're slick. You're trying to pay for that Burlington gift certificate yourself when we already said you paid for it. You see how Harley get down? That's why not only are we the #1 show on the internet at 6 o'clock, you're the #1 co-host that rocks with the #1 show on YouTube, you guys. And again, let's all thank Harley for the love, the support, always being there for us. Harley, we truly, truly appreciate you. And again, if you guys want to make some money, go on over to the link in the description because I got surveys up in there today. I think there's about $1,200 worth of surveys. You guys can go ahead and fill out a survey. Y'all make some money and I'll make some money too. That's what we about making around here, trying to share with each other and make sure that everybody is on their way up. How is another way to make sure that we look out for each other? Y'all send me those posters, those flyers, those 1080 by 1080 images of your business. You might be a mobile barber. You could be a detailer. You might be a dog groomer. I don't know what you do, but whatever you do as a business, I want you to send it over to bridgethisllc@gmail.com, and I'm going to put it up in our post notification area. Also, if you are in need of clothing, you need some boots, you're trying to get a resume, you're trying to get your job, some help with your job, I want you guys to email myself because we have the new Harley-powered Burlington $250 gift certificate that we're going to be giving out this month to one person. That's right. This month, one person is going to be receiving that Burlington $250 gift certificate to go there, get shoes, go there, get an outfit, go there, get some clothes. Also, I am putting up my services to help you guys with a resume. Send your resume to the same location. This person, after we declare that you win, I ain't going to be doing 100 resumes now. Come on now. One person that wins this situation, we're going to call it out and say, hey, this person won. That person, I need you to show proof because we like to make full receipts around here that you got what you had to get, that we gave you with a card, and that we're moving forward. And guess what? We could possibly keep on moving forward and make sure that a person like that is getting what they got to get. We love to help people out, but I ain't going to be working and having you sleeping while I'm working. My grandfather was not about that. Boy, ain't nowhere in the world I'm going to be out here busting my butt and you in the room sleep. Ain't happening. Also, when I was on the block, if you went somewhere and you and your buddies got into it and y'all had a little tit for tat and you didn't help, woo, you got to deal with them back on the block. Yeah, they remember that. So yeah, hold your own around here. Don't expect nobody to jump into nothing if you don't jump into it yourself. Just be real about it, man or woman. I don't care if it's a woman's suit. I don't care if it's a female or whatever kind of resume you need. Whatever you need from over here, we're trying to give back, and we appreciate you guys. How do we put our names in for the gift certificate? You go over to Bridge, BRIDGETHIS LLC at gmail.com. That's bridgethisllc at gmail.com. You send over your situation and what you're trying to do. You need help with the resume, because it's going to be fun for me to do it. Honestly, I love doing stuff like that. I want to see y'all make it. And hopefully we turn it into some sort of situation where we can keep on doing it. But with that being said, I got to get ready for tonight, because y'all know what else we doing, right? Y'all know what we doing. We doing the Show Your Talent Search. That's right. Tonight, I'm going to be at 22 West Circle Drive at Green Acres Mall. That's where I'm going to be. I want y'all to come out. Whoever's from New York, I need y'all to come up. I need y'all to pull up. How about this? Even if you don't pull up, when I go live, call the store and order something. That's right. I'm going to give you all the link. Order something off the internet. Call up and be like, oh, Bugatti, I don't care what you do. I want to see the support from my people at my channel that's holding me down the same way I hold you guys down. Because what I'm doing tonight at 5 to 8 p.m. at the 22 West Circle Drive in Green Acres Mall, Valley Stream, New York. Phone number's even there, 516-887-946. Y'all figure out the last one. I ain't gonna do that to them people. I was just messing with y'all. Check this out right here. What we got here is the Show Your Talent tasting and sign up. Want you guys to, if you're in New York, that's where I'm gonna be tonight. Valley Stream, I'm gonna be there at 5 o'clock. Want you guys to pull up on me, taste a sip of some scissor. What's gonna happen is people might pull up and say, hey, they might say, hey, you said something about fried chicken. I got the best fried chicken up here. Well, you know what? Boom! And you might win in Long Island. Same thing we're doing in Staten Island, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Queens, and Manhattan. And then once we finalize and get that winner, boom! That last person is going to make $1,000 once we do the grand finale. It's going to be hosted by me, BOOGOTTINYC, and it's sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. www.drinkbigdrip.com. You guys, we ain't do this in a couple of days. You know what I want you guys to do? Everybody that hasn't been feeling that good, everybody that's probably been under the weather, you know what I want y'all to do? Don't do it in the comments. What I ask you to do this in real life. I don't need to see it in the comments. I want to know that you guys are doing what I ask you to do right now in real life. Follow me. Are you ready? And the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Just do it. Smile. See how that feel? And it's free. And you can do it anytime that you want. I want to make sure that we are leaving here with a good smile, good feeling, good spirit. It's Friday, but that don't mean that we're not supposed to make it to tomorrow. And with that being said, y'all could have went anyway. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tonight, when we go live from the L&W Liquor and Wines, I'll see you guys later. Y'all know what it is. Thank you so much. Get 'em! 1. Peace. Ha ha.